they had me playing junior varsity. So I'm sitting there like, junior varsity? I'm like, I don't even want to play this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
This ain't even real football to me. Like, these niggas is little, they weak. I'm not even a junior varsity player. Like, I'm a varsity player, I'm a star. I know I'm a star. Y'all just don't know I'm a star. I'm from the ghetto. I'm from LA, I'm different.
Oh, yeah. What up? It is Coach Mike G back again with a GBG Gems table time. I got a very special guest, super special guest, defensive end for the Kansas City Chiefs, Pro Bowler, Super Bowl winner, my dog, Mr. Frank Clark. Welcome to the table, baby.
How you doing, Mike? You already know. Solid one, man. Just wrapped up another successful summer, you know, training with my dog, day one, my trainer, Mike.
Yes.
You know, from good to great. That's always been the goal.
GBG.
You know, steadily, you know, progressing and getting better. So, you know, we here today.
My man. Okay, so this is a podcast. However, I actually want to provide a little bit more than just conversation for you. I want to actually work on your body a little bit. So is there anything in specific that you want to focus on? Anything that's bothering you? What are we working on today?
Shit, going into my 8th year, I mean, really the biggest thing I'm finding out from all around the league, you know, is that guys, they dealing with these back problems. You know what I'm saying? They dealing with this back problem, this chest, you know, their chest opening up, their back, mid back, you know what I mean? This whole midsection. So, you know, and then always working on the hips. You know, I got tight hips naturally. You know, I'm not ashamed to admit it. You know, a lot of dudes are, you know what I'm saying? I got tight hips, but, you know, all of that happens, you know, they loosen up through training, through stretching, and through, you know what I mean, all the correctors, so.
Absolutely. All right, bet. So let's get started. You ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So we're going to kick this off. Real simple, you know, individual to the athlete, to the player. Go ahead and give the people a brief synopsis of who you are. What do you stand for? And ultimately, what is your why? What is your why?
I mean, brief, very brief, but not too short. You know, I'm just a kid from the inner city. I mean, I grew up in Los Angeles, California. You know, also spent a lot of time in Cleveland, that second part of my life. And, you know, everything's always been hard, but that's never been an excuse to not to want to go out and get it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with my parents being basically single parents, you know what I mean, raising me on both sides. First my mom, and then my father on his side. Yeah. And, you know, just they taught me, you know, that toughness. And, you know, so basically, you know, this football stuff, you know, it became a thing. You know, I got serious about it and, you know, eventually ended up at Michigan. You know, God willing did his thing. You know, he saved me. You know, I was a knucklehead growing up, but, you know, aren't we all?
Right.
You know, he saved me and, you know what I mean, put me in a position to do what I love to do.
Come down a little bit.
I eventually have my first to the knee.
Yep. You already know.
I eventually have my first kid, you know, with my lovely lady Diamond, and we have our first kid.
Everybody,
man,
shout out to
Phoenix,
Diamond.
my baby girl. You know what I mean, and at that moment, that's when I start figuring out what it was to have a why. Like why?
There it is.
Meaning why you do the shit you do.
Why
do you get up early? Why when everyone else is complaining about how hard something is? Why when everyone else is, you know, they aren't available, you know, why are you still there? Why are you still doing it? Why do you still have, you know, just the energy to do this stuff day after day?
Sure.
I gotta listen to you every day. Tell me, hey, you gotta do better. You want this shit, you gotta work harder. Oh, that shit ain't enough. I need you to work harder, Frank. That ain't gonna cut it. I gotta hear this shit every day. You know what I'm saying?
But at least it's coming from me, though.
Yeah, you know, it's all love, you know what I'm saying?
Lay on your stomach.
But it's like, now I got these people and they looking at me and relying on me. They relying on me to get up and go, you know, work out. They relying on me to do it effectively, you know, not just go there and...
Not just showing up.
Not just show up.
Not just checking a box.
Not just checking no box. They counting on me to go in there and give my all so that it can translate onto the field, which is my job.
Yep.
So that can translate into what we both know will come when you do your jobs, and that's that money. So that's flat out the goal. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You find out your why. It's like, what I want to do. Why am I doing this? So I can feed my family? Yeah. What else, though?
Right.
Everybody say, I want to feed my family. I want to feed. Everybody's struggling. Right. Everybody from the ghetto. Everybody from, I don't care if you white, you know, black.
Do a 180.
Puerto Rican.
Go that way, face that way now.
Puerto Rican, whatever you are. It's like everybody got that, that fight. They from somewhere tough.
Sure.
But it's like, I finally was able to realize, like, damn, my kid, looking at her staring in my eyes and she a baby. And I'm like, my girl running me crazy. Got me going to the store, buying diapers.
Right.
I'm like, shit, there's a lot of diapers I gotta buy. It's a whole lot of milk. I got a football. She a girl, but I'm a football player. My kids are football kids. They gonna be greedy, you know what I'm saying? They gonna eat. They eating outside the house, you know what I mean? She a baby, so it's like, gotta get to it, man. And that's when I made the decision, man. It's not about me no more. It's really about everybody else after me.
Absolutely.
And that's really my why.
And that's a beautiful why, and I love that why. So we do want to give a little context to the viewers about what we're doing on the table. Mm-hmm. So one of the tests that I want to show everybody and hopefully get a little bit of improvement out of is this active quad length. So basically what you're going to do is just bring this heel to this butt as far as you can. And we're gonna see how far you can go. Go ahead and pull your right heel to your butt. So we're looking at this angle right here, and hopefully by the end of the session, we'll get a little bit deeper. Let's go ahead and find the other side so I can get a comparison to the other side. And now you're just pulling this heel to this butt. Good. So actually this side is a little less than the other side. So this side's, left side's a little more tight. I don't know if you feel that, but we definitely can see that.
I feel it in this hamstring.
Perfect. Okay, so lay on your back and we'll get to work. Appreciate the amazing reflection of your why, that makes a lot of sense. Brother. And I think that motivates a lot of people on to stay focused on what they need to be. But you did mention you're a young kid from Los Angeles, California, who then ended up in Cleveland, who then ended up at UM, got drafted to Seattle, and now we're in Kansas City. You want to take us through that journey?
Yeah.
I bet.
For sure. Let me know when y'all ready.
Oh, we ready.
Oh, say no more shit. Me, I was born ready. But no, man, LA is cracking. It's like 1999, 2000. LA cracking, y'all. Y2K, year 2000. We all thought it was about to end. Everybody, the world about to end, dog. 99, it was a movie. We going up. Everybody, one of the best New Year's I ever had. I'm drinking so much sparkling apple cider. It's going down. I'm sick, bruh. I think the world gonna end. Everybody tell me the world gonna end. My people getting drunk. It's going down. We top of the century. Boom.
Top of the
2000 hit. It went bad in my family, man. We had some hard times because growing up in the 90s, we kind of was, it's kind of, LA was kind of the place to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of going on, the entertainment scene, it was kind of that Hollywood. And right at the top of the century, you seen the bad part of my family, the bad start happening, the homeless, people losing their houses.
Sure.
Cousins and brothers getting sent to different places, living with their fathers. So everybody you grew up with, it started to change, you know what I'm saying, as I was getting of age, It seemed like the closer we was getting to 2000 and 2001, it was less and less people who I could attach to and talk to and speak to. So by 2002, I found myself literally by myself. Everybody who I had grew up with, they was either dead, they was sent away. My older brothers was both sent away to live with their fathers. One, he was sent to live with my auntie in Atlanta, the oldest aunt in my family. My other brother, Brandon, he was sent to live with his father, Bobby, in Bakersfield. And my cousins who grew up with Brian and Aaliyah, they was both sent to live with their fathers in Kansas and Wichita and Kansas.
So basically everyone got out of LA.
Everybody got sent out of LA. Then it was just me. So, I'm growing up in inner city, South Central, all the way to the jungles in Baldwin Park. But it's gang influence, bro. If you know how I go, so
absolutely
everything in my head was just like, get it how you live. You got to survive. Y'all don't have money. Everything that you want in life is, is bikes and games and all of that stuff. And you don't got $400 for the new PlayStation that just came out that everybody talking about, or the new Game Boy that everybody talking about, or these new Yu-Gi-Oh cards that everybody talking about. You know what I mean? That the kids going crazy over. Like, I want all of this stuff, but our situation different. So
Yeah.
I gotta face, you know, the harsh reality of shit. If you want these things, the only way you can get them is you gotta take them, or you gotta steal them, or you gotta, you know. So that's the only way you're gonna survive in this world. So I developed that type of mentality, like survival's mentality at a very young age. Like I talk to people all the time, and I'll be like, man, like that's the part about being a kid that I missed, because I don't even know that emotion of being a kid that side, where it was like. Cause I'm like, bro, I had to grow up so fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, while everybody was being a kid and having fun and doing kid stuff, I was sitting there with my mom, and she was talking to me, telling me like, yo, this is what's gonna happen. She giving me the game, letting me know like, yo, we not in the best situation. We homeless. You know, we gonna have to, you know, I'm gonna have to go over here and work and do some things to make sure we can get some food on the table.
Right.
I'm gonna have to, you know, just hustling. My mom was a hustler, and you know, had that hustler spirit, and I always acknowledged it and, you know, respected it. So,
Sure.
You know, I let her know at a young age, like I said, just around a certain point, I let her know, like, I think she said I was 6 years old actually. It was the Women and Children's Homeless Shelter, and you usually got to check in before a certain time. I believe the check-in time was like 8 o'clock. It was very early. It was kind of crazy. And we didn't make it. We got a grace period. It's like an hour. Basically didn't make none of that. Tried to get in. My mom like, yo, you know, I got my son. He 9, 8 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We need a room. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like 10 o'clock at night. The person knows us. We have been there plenty of times before, you know, and they just like, nah, basically. So my mom goes downtown around the corner, like 2-minute walk down the street from the Union. It's the police station. It used to be the police station. It's not there no more downtown. I forgot what district, but they, you know, my mom, I guess she was going there to try to get, you have to go in there and get a note from the police station if you was late, take it to the shelter so they can let you in.
Got you.
So my mom went and got a note. They ran her name since she had a warrant, arrested her on the spot, had me call my aunties and stuff, see which one was gonna come get me, you know what I mean? Eventually my auntie came and got me. And that was like, from that moment, that's when it just started. The worst of the worst just was happening from that moment.
Right.
Because that was the first moment where I seen like, damn, it's like really bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I literally ain't got nowhere to stay.
You're 8 years old
in the police station.
Right.
I just watched y'all take my mom. Like, I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? I'm just like trying to understand. They telling me, call your auntie, have her come get you. You know what I mean? My granny, you know, comes in on my father's side, and you know, she gets in contact with my mother. You know, they had a chat. To this day, I still don't know the full capacity of the chat. You know, but I remember my mom telling me like, yo, I was outside playing. I'll never forget, I'm playing ball and stuff. I was downtown. At this time, we was living with one of our, like, you know, cousin friends type of the family, Keisha. You know, we were staying with her. And I was outside playing, man. I was in the hood, and I'll never forget it. To this day, I left, I'm playing all day. I come home, my mom like, yeah, pack your stuff up. I'm like, huh? She like, yeah, you going to Cleveland tomorrow morning. I was like, what? It was like 9 at night, you know what I'm saying? She like, you got to fight to Cleveland at 5 in the morning.
And you just had a great day playing with the homies outside.
I'm sitting there like, what? I just stole this GT Dyno, like, bro.
Amazing bike.
Yeah, I just stole an amazing bike. Mom, you tripping. Like, I just came up. Oh, yeah.